Hello everyone, welcome back to the Escape Champions League. We are here with day number 2 of the round of 16, the second half, the continuation. And joining me in the booth today, it is none other than Robo Burrow.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello. You know, when I sat down at the PC about 2 minutes ago, I just started thinking about something. And, you know, you're learning to play Age of Empires 3, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
And you're here today to cast the games, presumably to provide us with some kind of entertainment.
Yeah, I guess
so. I guess you could be. It could be argued that you are robot entertainment.
Could be. Yeah.
And therefore,
I can see where this is going. Yeah.
You made Age of Empires 3, and you're going to become one of the best players in the world.
Well, let's not go too far.
I mean,
we're going to start becoming a good player. And then we'll see how it goes.
You're going to be winning all the Age of Empires 3 prize pools. It was funny because last night Interjection was telling us that he was running a tournament once with a $10 prize pool.
Yeah. And we just burst out laughing.
We're like, $10?
What?
You what, mate? ECL 60k on the line over the course of the whole tournament. Of course, things have changed, times have changed, and things have grown in the Age of Empires 3 community, as well as, of course, the Age of Empires 2 community as well.
Yeah.
Why no they're casters anymore? We are casters. Am I not a caster? Am I not known for being a caster?
No. We're just admins. That's all we do.
I'm not even an admin. You do the admin. I'm a through and through caster. Anyway, we're here. We've got TaToH versus LaaaN game 1, Goku versus Vivi game 2, Hira versus Valessa game 3, Lix versus Stark game 4. And just to keep you guys or bring you guys up to speed, here are the current brackets standings for the round of 16 and for the Southeast Asia 1v1 stage. We did the first 4 matches yesterday.
We did. We had some interesting results. Most of the games were really, really close, right? We had the 1-2-0 for Jordan versus Miguel, which was quite a surprise. But all the other games, like even individual games, it was very back and forth. None of the games were like just a complete wipe in the first 20 minutes. Most of them went to, late Imperial Age. Definitely. Really good showing by most of the players. Yeah,
for sure. And it's nice close games as well so far. I think we're going to have another bunch of really good games today. Obviously, the first game, TaToH versus LaaaN. TaToH representing Secret, LaaaN representing Heresy. And you can see there by the scoreboard at the bottom, Heresy aren't doing too well. 2 wins, 11 losses, versus Secret's 20 wins and 7 losses.
Quite a significant difference there.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I don't think there's anything else to say about that, to be honest.
No, and I think we all know TaToH. We don't particularly know LaaaN so well. And, both of them are Spanish.
Yeah. That's all Spanish showdown here today.
Exactly, it is. And I don't know if there's any other really high-level Spanish players after TaToH and LaaaN.
Not in recent times. Like you'd have to go back for when like Relba and such were still around.
Yeah, right. But nowadays, LaaaN is probably Spain's number 2.
Yeah.
So you could argue this is a match between Spain's number 1 and Spain's number 2, with TaToH and LaaaN facing off in a best of 3 here for our first match, starting on Bog Island, a map which we did not see so far in this event. We didn't see Bog Island yesterday.
We saw it once.
We saw Bog.
I'm pretty sure we saw Bog Island once.
I did not cast a Bog Island game yesterday.
Hold on. Let me get out my spreadsheets.
All right. Robo's going to check, but I would bet my car that we didn't cast Bog Island yesterday.
That is a big call.
Good job. My car doesn't exist.
Okay, no, you are correct.
Yeah,
there was
correct.
No Bog Island.
I'm correct. All right, what do you give me? Okay, now you got to shave your legs. There we go.
Oh, what? I know.
Right.
This is not how I expected this stream to go.
No, well, you're in the thick of it now. So, game number 1 going to be Bog Island, TaToH versus LaaaN. I guess we'll jump straight into it here and get the games rolling. The people want to see blood. That's what they've come for, and that's what we will deliver. Okay.
Here we go.
In 3, 2, 1, let's go in game. And welcome everybody to our second day of the ECL Southeast Asia 1v1 round of 16. Sporting to the northeast of the map in the blue, representing Team Secret, it is the one and only TaToH. And down to the southwest in the red, playing for Team Heresy, it is LaaaaaN, playing as the Mongols here. And as you can see by the flags, this is the Spanish showdown, and a match which, on Bog Island, might be interesting, but should, in my opinion, be somewhat one-sided.
Yeah, I think TaToH is all around considered to be a better player than LaaaaaN. LaaaaaN has a little bit of an Arabia-only reputation. I guess that's how most players really start to get good. They play lots of Arabia games. They get known for it.
For sure.
But then they tend to struggle with the transition into other maps. Because they've just played so much Arabia, they haven't really got that all-round jack of all trades skills yet.
And I feel like Heresy has this problem as a team. You know, they had Eddie on the team, great arena player, undisputed master of arena a while back, and struggles to really get that level in other maps.
Yeah.
And so LaaaaaN, mechanically, going to be a good player, but strategically, when you compare him to TaToH, who has a much bigger breadth of experience on varying different maps, TaToH should have the edge. Now, TaToH also has experience in our previous tournaments. Bog Island, a map that we've not seen in a while, but a map which we actually showcased quite a lot when we did the Rise of the Righteous tournament nearly 2 years ago.
Yeah, Battle for Rancor, and some of the other Masters, the Escape Gaming Masters tournaments had Bog Islands as well. So he's played it quite a bit. He's practiced. He knows what the map is and how to play it.
Yeah.
LaaaaaN, maybe not so much. We'll have to find out.
I mean, you never know, because they can prepare strats, and Heresy have shown us in the past, I think when they played against Frantic, and they beat Frantic in one of the rounds, or very nearly
beat them.
Frantic. I can't remember which team they beat.
In one of the 2v2s, they took a game off Suomi, where they just had a much better strategy. They did the same thing against Frantic in one of the 3v3s.
Yeah, they did.
They have the skills to win games and prepare for them.
Yeah, I remember. It was 1-1 against Frantic a couple of rounds ago.
Yeah, in the 3v3 for Middle East.
Yeah.
And then
they went on
Oasis.
To Hideout. Oh, was it Oasis?
One of the two.
I think it was Oasis. It was either Oasis or Hideout. And they just they had this huge lead, but they kind of threw it away. And
then they sort of lost late game because they didn't have Spanish.
Yeah,
was essentially the problem.
They didn't have that trade. And so Heresy, they do need to come to the games here with a game plan. They do need to have well thought out strategies. And we'll see what LaaaaaN can do here. They've both taken Mongols, of course. You may notice that there are 3 rhinoceroses.
I think it's just rhinoceroses, both singular
3
and plural.
rhinoceros on this map. And I don't know, I'm just sidetracked by the barracks' thing that seems to be a meme now.
On Reddit, yeah.
But so obviously they get that huge hunt bonus, and that applies to not only just 2 boar, but 3 rhinoceros.
The docking denied.
Very, very good for LaaaaaN there. And the dock on this map is important. Not necessarily because of the fish, although there are some fish, but for being able to take out that map control, because it is amphibious terrain. You can build on this. You can traverse this with land and sea units, and it's really good for getting in and harassing your opponents from the beach line here.
Yeah, exactly. And it's definitely a map that you need to be worried about a demolition ship coming into your wood line. Right? We've seen this in the past where one demolition ship comes in, kills 5 or 6 villages early feudal age, and the game is basically over instantly. Because you've taken so many losses.
I just want to point something out, and yes, you can see actually that LaaaAN's kind of walling off this right side to prevent that from happening. But look at LaaaAN; he's going up to the feudal age with no loom.
That is very, very
He's
ballsy.
Playing risky, but I think this is what you need to do. If you're LaaaAN going into this, you're probably feeling like, okay, yeah, TaToH's the more seasoned player. I need to play maybe a more risky game. I need to maybe take more risks in the hope that I will be rewarded with a victory in the end.
Could be. I'm just wondering, is there a hole between the house and the wood line?
Here?
Yeah, just on the north side.
There might be, actually. Oh, there is.
No,
there's not a hole.
Okay.
There's no hole here.
I was worried about that.
Yeah, that's always something to watch out for. But LaaaAN, very quick to feudal, doesn't build a dock, so we do get a very different strategy from both players here. the dot from TaToH already producing 2 fish, and of course LaaaN scouts that. He knows what's going on, but of course you do have the option on this map to go for land or sea, because both of them can be incredibly effective. TaToH is going to scout the walls here of LaaaN, and it's worth noting as well, while he's down here picking up these water buffalo, there's actually quite a lot of additional water buffalo around the map, which you can grab and sort of, you know, prevent yourself needing to go on farms for a long time.
Just some extra free food, which is pretty nice.
Very nice. So LaaaN goes up to the feudal age, immediately gets loomed now, which is sensible, as TaToH is feudal and, you know, does not want to have unloomed villagers versus the feudal age scout.
No, no, they die incredibly quickly.
And there's the scouting info for TaToH. He sees the stable and knows exactly what's going on, expecting those quick scouts from LaaaN, and at home probably will be preparing something himself. That's going to be a stable as well, and maybe a spearman, but just getting housed temporarily there. I'm sure.
Is he making any warships at the moment?
The house coming up. We've got one demolition raft.
Yes, that's what I want to see.
That's so good. You know, is the demolition raft faster than the scout? I don't think it is it?
I think it's a similar speed. Once you get demolition ship upgrade in Castle Age, just far faster.
Yeah.
But I think
the rafts are a little slower.
Yeah.
But this does open up the opportunity for TaToH to do some big damage, right? Like, this is something which could catch LaaaN off guard. It's great for breaking down palisades as well, because one demo raft will nearly kill a palisade wall.
I think it takes down like 20 HP or something, and then you can finish it up with galleys or fire galleys.
Scouts even.
Yeah, but anything basically.
So, not only that, but he's also getting this fish advantage now as well. He's got 1 villager lead, 2 fish advantage, and I mean, he's quite happy with the situation at the moment. Let LaaaN come to him and take advantage of that. Look at this water buffalo. He's a little bit trapped over there.
Yep, feels bad man for that.
Let me out.
Just someone in the chat, sheep and buffalo don't have the same amount of food. Buffaloes have 150 food, whereas normal sheep are only 100.
Oh, good fight for LaaaN here. Really good fight for LaaaN. He gets the surround on one of TaToH's scouts, and he's outnumbering him now 4-2, as that demo raft came across the map. But I wonder if TaToH will really find anything there. There's a hole at the edge of the map that could pay off.
I'm praying for that demo to get in there, get in the wood line, just kill a bunch of ills.
You were praying for this yesterday as well.
It'll make me so happy to see the demo hit.
But LaaaN getting that first scout kill sets him up now for a good engagement again with TaToH. Got to be careful though, because the demo raft is close by, and you can see the scouts. I think they're a little faster.
But if they
run onto land as well.
Running onto land is definitely the safe bit.
Yeah. But LaaaN here, maybe.
Oh, stealing a buffalo back.
Why not? I thought maybe he was going to lame it, but it would have been a bit risky going under the TC like that. And, well, he does not want to fight the spearman. He will go for it, but that's costly because he's taken a death and one of his scouts down to 2
That's basically
health.
dead as well.
And also, I mean, TaToH's warding his woodline here quite badly, actually. This villager's just idling, trapped, and can't really work because the trees are on this side.
Basically, yeah.
There we go. Let's fix that, TaToH. Let's fix that. There comes the... Uh-oh.
Oh, he's found the hole.
I see the blue on the mini-map, and I'm like, there he comes, and there's the hole as well.
You just need to make sure he doesn't reveal it with the scouts.
Go to LaaaN's point of view. See what LaaaN sees.
Oh.
And he's got no idea. I mean, I don't know why you would assume it's closed. You've got to check these things, even if it means sending a villager out. And there's the scouts in the woodline.
Where's the demo?
Where's the demo? Demo, come in!
Yes!
It's coming in!
Wait, yes. In
there. And
4.
Delete it. Oh!
3 vills.
3 dead vills.
And 1 with the scouts.
Oh, going down to the scout cavalry. LaaaN.
So good.
LaaaN, that hurts. And that's just because there's always a hole, man.
Always a hole. Yep.
Yikes.
That's exactly what I wanted to see on this map. Oh, but now the spearman's coming in, getting revenge.
Oh, boy. That's a little bit disappointing for LaaaN, because I think he got off to a very good start, aside from that. But at this point, after losing 4 villagers and being down by 2 fish, it's safe to assume that TaToH has a very large advantage. Now, LaaaN here should delete this house so that he gets the wood back. It's a minor thing, but I mean, yeah, there you go, he deletes it. And the villager, quite smart actually, to wall herself out so that the scouts can't get him and kill her. Yeah.
And now there's a galley running around as well, getting killed by scout cows.
How many times, Robo? Galleys don't run, they sail.
They run, damn it.
Look at this Komodo dragon as well.
I think the vill might die to the galley here.
Yeah, I think so. TaToH should be careful not to let that demo raft get out of hand, but of course he's TaToH, so... what do you say for a Komodo dragon? I mean, what noise do they make? They just growl a bit, don't they? They're a bit gnarly. Oh, she's going to get back to safety.
No, I think the dragon should get her.
She's dead.
One more hit.
Oh, no.
Oh, she got in.
Saved. Woo. And the Komodo dragon gets nailed by the town centre.
Feels bad, man.
Obviously, we're focusing on the important things
in this game. Whoa.
Lock the gate and go kill those scouts, I'd say.
But the village is coming back out. Where's she going?
Why?
Shoot her.
Why?
Why?
Oh. Explain yourself.
Oh, no.
Gruller, apparently, according to chat, that's what Komodo dragons say. I mean, I thought they'd teach this. You know, when you get those books as a child, it's like, what does the monkey say?
What does the fox say?
What? Yeah, exactly, right? What does the Komodo dragon say? My education was clearly lacking.
Yeah.
On the other side, LaaaN does get a villager kill.
But loses all of his scouts, it looks like. Yeah, that's not good.
It's the sound of a murloc. Man, I've not played Hearthstone in some time. LaaaN looks like he wants to go castle here, and I think TaToH won't be...
Oh, rip the scouts. They just took 2 spear hits.
Well, I was just going to say TaToH won't be far behind to castle, and then he literally clicked up as I said it. So, yeah, TaToH is up already. He's got map control. He's got the fish.
Ooh.
Nice of LaaaN to add the fire galley, though. I didn't see the dock.
Okay,
yeah,
there we are.
It is. And the fire galley here, going to disrupt the fishing a little bit.
But TaToH's already got out his own defensive fire, so he'll be able to clear that up at some point.
Yeah, you'd assume so. I mean, he might lose a fish still, but obviously they're much more resilient to fire ships now. But yeah, this is already looking like at this stage of the game, TaToH's going to start to pull ahead. We'll do a quick check while things are quiet on resources collected. And we'll see, look at the difference. I mean, this is quite incredible, really. The 500 additional food, 300 additional wood.
And he's also got nearly enough stone for a castle drop.
Yeah, it's like, where did these resources come from?
Well, you know, having 4 extra villagers early is pretty good. And the 2 extra fish helps a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's just pro players maximizing the economy, right?
Yeah. Oh, there's another demo. Oh,
It's
don't
in.
block the demo.
It's in.
Oh, no, there's a house wall, though.
Quick walled off.
That was good. Maybe he could sneak around the back of the dock?
What, like this side?
Yeah,
I don't think so. I'm not sure he'd be able to get through there. Let's see. Is there a hole here?
No, there can't be
no hole. Not
Okay.
this time. Not this time. But it's definitely annoying for LaaaN because obviously TaToH is in the back of his base. His gold's being disrupted by these galleys,
And
which
the scouts
is
as well.
And the scouts. I mean, the spearmen could have been over here. You know, spearmen have an attack bonus versus boats.
Yeah, but there's still the demolition ship there. So
yeah, they kind of don't want to get
Yeah,
close.
you don't want to go over there, do you?
But yeah, the point remains. No multi-queue apparently. Players always forgetting this.
Okay, so they saved and restored.
So yeah,
to turn it back on.
So multi-queue, they realized at this point was not enabled, and so they saved, and then they restored the game, and we have part 2 right here.
Ready to go.
Cool.
And we're straight back into it.
Yep, there we have it. So there's the castle on the right side from TaToH. You said that he had enough stone saved up for that. What do you think about the placement? I think it's okay. It's not really
do anything though.
It's not really that interesting. I think the left side could have been more interesting.
Because there's a gold there. There's the 2 stones. There's a lot more wood.
Yeah, this right side. I mean, I guess he's already chopping wood here, and he's actually lost 4.
Okay, I'm guessing there might have been a demo.
Something happened here. We missed it, but I'm guessing some kind of ship got into TaToH's wood line. Unfortunately, we can't catch all of these things, but fire ship upgrade for LaaaN. This could be quite nice, but there are a couple of demos, or a demo raft, sorry, which will do a little bit of damage, but that should still be quite good for LaaaN if he pushes this now.
I think LaaaN should win water back right now.
Oh, he absolutely can. And that's quite a big difference there in strategy for the 2 players. LaaaN now thinking, all right, I'm going to get the water back, and then TaToH investing in a castle.
Probably going for the Mangudai raids like we saw in the Bog game yesterday. Yeah,
I think Mangudai could be good. I mean, they can get onto the woodlines raid quite nicely. But LaaaN's reasonably well walled up, and you can't underestimate the value of having water control. It gives you a lot of map control as well. But War Galley's coming in for TaToH now, as well as a second TC next to that castle there. And LaaaN, I assume, has already got a second TC, unless... Yeah, there it is.
There we are, coming down the wood line on the side.
I was going to say, unless he's sold all of his stone to go up, but I think he just sold 100 stone to click up to the Castle Age.
It's quite likely at this point. Alright, so military-wise, they're both fairly even. TaToH has a slight villager lead, plus a slightly earlier second TC, it seems.
Slightly earlier, but at the moment, TaToH has a lot more resources gathered because of those additional fish. He's still got an extra, 6 villagers here as well, which is really good. And of course, these Mangudai have the potential to do a lot of damage. But so do the fire galleys of LaaaN, or fire ships of LaaaN, sorry, if he continues to train them and take fights against TaToH here.
Yeah, all of those war galleys are pretty injured. We can't really afford to stand and fight against fire ships at this point.
No, he has to back off. He has to back away. And that gives LaaaN the visibility around the map, I think, which is quite nice to have.
Demo coming through.
That's good. That's really good.
Yeah, got a little bit of splash on 2 of them and nearly killed one fire ship.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that hit 3. Or 4, even. And at the moment, yeah, I mean, basically, LaaaN, he's relatively safe from water because of his presence here. But now, as I said before, the potential to raid the wood line is starting to come in. And you'll see TaToH getting on here. LaaaN,
no idea it's coming.
We'll see the...
And he doesn't really have anything that he can do to defend against this either, right? Other than sending some boats around. But if he does that, then the war galleys take free reign on the other side.
Yeah, and TaToH's kind of got this balance of both, really, where he's got a little bit of land, a little bit of water, and it's enough to do quite considerable damage on this wood line. Here's a fire ship coming through.
Oh, and there's a hole in the wood line, it seems.
There is a hole. There's always a hole.
Oh, and a monk.
Okay, if you can get the conversion, that'd be nice. But not this one.
Delete the monk. Oh, sorry, I meant delete the Mangudai, but it's fine.
Yeah,
I'm surprised that the one Mangudai was able to kill the monk without being converted, to be honest.
Pretty good RNG for TaToH there.
Yeah, quite lucky.
I mean, if you ever wonder how to become a pro player, it's just get a good look.
Yeah, basically.
Pray to RNGesus.
Map hacks.
You get good map spawns. You get quick conversions. You get a lot of bonuses when you pray to the right gods, apparently. But TaToH here is going to be forced back, and that's good for LaaaN, really. But I'm more concerned about the villager count at the moment. That's just going to really start to snowball in TaToH's favor.
Has TaToH dropped another TC in the north?
It looks like he has, yeah. That
and
looks like,
maybe
and
LaaaN
here as well, on the left. So we've got 3 TCs for both players. And that's kind of worrying for LaaaN. As I say, he's 10 villagers down, but he's not got really a mechanism to catch up now, unless he is able to raid TaToH. And raiding here is very hard.
Basically impossible.
And raiding here is possible, but he's not scouted it. He has no idea.
Well, the problem is, like, if he's only making fire ships, they're really bad at raiding near TCs, right?
That's
so they have to go right up to it. Whereas war galleys, you can shoot over walls, you can shoot from out of range of the TC. So I'm not sure if the full fire ship plan is going to work out in the end.
No, I mean, it's quite good if you want to sort of take water control when your opponent doesn't have that many boats on the map.
Yeah.
But actually, like, long-term raiding, it probably doesn't have that much potential for impact. TaToH is also sending a small force across the north. Good demo hit, and there you have 4 more Mangudai now. And I think TaToH just assumes there'll be another expansion somewhere. And he's right, of course. When is TaToH wrong? He'll find some more villagers, I'm sure. And LaaaN,
no ballistics though, so he's struggling to pick off these villas as they walk around.
He got one, but yeah, you're right.
Look at that hero spearman just dodging everything.
In the end, though, they all get cleaned up. And it's quite a lot of idols here as well.
20 idle villagers.
I think he was trying to fish and kind of, ate all the fish. There's no fish left. Oh no, they're in. There are 2 monks here though. If you can get the quick conversions off, of course.
Of course not.
LaaaN isn't
he doesn't have that secret
yet, so
he doesn't have the secret monk hacks, I guess.
Did you see that villager teleport into the TC? That was quite nice. He did save her. But yeah, I'm very concerned because this raiding is just going to get worse, and TaToH is going to be on both sides, pressuring, forcing villagers to go idle. At the same time, still has the villager lead, and the water is not really conclusively won by LaaaN either. And if anything, this is where I would call GG right now.
Yeah, when you see these Mangudai in your wood line.
You've got these Mangudai in your wood line. They're going to kill pretty much everything because you can't run away from them. You could try.
Well, he's going to run with some of them maybe, but
a lot of them will still die.
Yeah, instantly calls it.
So, well played to TaToH. Quite a convincing victory in game 1. I think we had kind of expected that a little bit. But to be honest, I think LaaaN really kind of lost control of the game when he left the hole on the left side. That was really where it all sort of came undone for him because he was in a decent position, but when those 4 villagers died on the wood line back here, he was behind and didn't really have a means to catch up. So well played to TaToH, 1-0 for him after game 1 here on Bog Island. And we'll be going into game 2 in just a minute. But let's quickly check those endgame stats, and we'll see that Bog Island was won by Yinghua. Correct. That's incorrect, obviously. It was won by TaToH, but military stats, 47 units killed, 28 losses. Eco across the board, TaToH had it, of course. And in the end, it was quite a conclusive victory for our Spanish secret player. So we'll come back out of the game here, and we're going to go check out what's next. It looks like Eastern Coastline is going to be game number 2. Of course, it's only a best of 3 for these first round games, so it's already match point here. And I'm going to join Mr. Robo.
Yep, I'm just updating the schedule.
In game number... What game are we in? Game 6 in Medieval Siege to cast the rest of these games. Pro OBS transitions. Thank you. We do try. Okay, so our next game, Eastern Coastline. This is a really interesting map, but one which I think is not maybe as diverse as we think it is, if that makes sense. Like, when you first look at this map, I think you kind of get this impression that it's going to be, you know, so many different ways to play. But I think in reality, there's really only one formula that seems to work, and that is the Chinese start, and then a real focus on land.
Right, yeah. A little bit of water raiding, but you can't ignore land pressure on this map, because all the resources are really on the land. There's so much more wood, there's so much more space for booming. If you're going to add TCs, it's probably going to be on the mainland, so you need to keep control of that space, basically.
Yeah, and we saw this yesterday with both of the Eastern Coastline games. We saw some players going for water, and then they sacrificed the land entirely, and that cost them the game. And then we saw other players just going all in on the land, and
overpowering the enemy,
overpowering their opponent, and it was GG at that point. So TaToH, interesting start, immediately dropping a mill and going for the shorefish here. I like that a lot.
Well, yeah, if you haven't found any other food and you can see the shorefish, you may as well go for it. It's a very fast gathering resource. It's easy. You're going to make a mill at some point anyway. There's 2 of them nearby. Like, I don't see why not to do it.
I mean, it's not the most efficient mill placement, but the most important thing at the start of a map like this, where you have 2 town centers, is to get that villager production going.
Yeah.
You want the fastest food income possible so that the TC is idle for as little time as possible. And the way to do that, double shorefish, 6 villagers, really giving them a good start to the game. And you can see that's almost already translated into a 1 villager lead, roughly. It's fairly close between the 2 of them.
It's really difficult to say, though, because like with the 2 TCs, it evens out here and there.
Yeah,
so
it does. I mean, it's not... The overlay doesn't always give you the true representation, I suppose. But
the more important stat will be resources gathered in, 10 minutes time.
Yeah, right.
And then you'll see who's really ahead.
You can see that the resource gathered right now, even that is not necessarily a true representation, because it doesn't take into account all of the resources that the villagers are holding.
Before they drop it off.
It's going to go back and forth quite a lot here. But you can already see, actually, that TaToH here, if we take this at face value, has 60 extra food and 50 extra wood already, which is a pretty good start for him. And I think, at such a high level of Age of Empires, it really does just come down to maximizing absolutely everything that you can.
Yeah, that's it. Like, this map is a very mechanical map. You need to get your builds working, you need to get up to feudal age at some point, get up to castle age quickly and efficiently. Like we saw in the game of Tim vs. Fire, Tim was just up, a minute faster, and he simply had so much more army out. And I guess the hole in Fire's wall didn't help. But
that was yesterday's story.
Yeah. But he simply put, he was up faster and he had more army faster, and he was able to just keep pushing in and just overwhelmed Fire with more units, basically.
Yeah, right, exactly. And so, yeah, I mean, basically, at the moment, it's going to be that very sort of fast build-up, probably feudal age on 48 villagers, something like that. It's quite insane. And it really does challenge the players. It does give them something new to try, because these two TC starts are always a challenge, no matter what your skill level is, just to try and keep on top of everything and manage everything at once. Luring boar is dangerous enough. Luring rhino is that much more dangerous, and luring two at the same time.
Yeah, that's a problem.
That is a problem for even the best of players. So we'll see what happens here. But obviously the first dock is up for LaaaN, and we're going to see him going up to the feudal age now as well on 38 pop. He's going to be quite quick on feudal here.
He might be going for more of a feudal aggression. Maybe like slow down his castle a little bit, make a few fire galleys first, try to take water control.
Possibly, but
TaToH doesn't even have a dock, so that's not going to do anything.
Like, TaToH has no dock, so it looks like TaToH is really thinking about the land here. We'll see what he gets up to on the mainland, but maybe LaaaN is thinking, if I get a quick fire ship out or something, I can disrupt his fishing. Well, TaToH has no fishing, so
it's a nice plan, but it might not work out for him.
Yeah, we'll see, but equally. He is starting to wall up now on the mainland, and LaaaN doesn't look bad by any means at the moment.
And that's actually a really nice berries right next to his TC, by the way.
Yeah, that's super good. Doesn't need to really mill it particularly. Also, let's have a look here, the eco distribution. TaToH right now, he's got 15 on wood, about 20 on, or 22 on food, and then 3 gold miners. And then LaaaN has 24 on wood, very few on food, only 8 villagers on food, and 8 gold miners.
Okay.
So this looks like LaaaN wants to really get aggressive in feudal, and there's the fire galley coming out. So that eco distribution telling us here that LaaaN is going for water, 3 docks, and TaToH is going for a fast castle.
Yeah, and maybe some fire ships just to defend and stall out on the land. Oh, sorry, it's on the water.
Yeah, potentially. I mean, he has built a dock now, but it's going to be 1 dock versus 3. And TaToH, I think we're almost expecting to see a repeat here of yesterday's game. I can't remember who played that one.
Say My Name and Yinghua.
Yes, Yinghua Say My Name. And I think Yinghua won the map.
Yes.
And he did it in the same way that TaToH is basically at the moment playing with the fast castle versus Say My Name's feudal water aggression. We've got the first fire galley out for LaaaN. TaToH has 1 fire galley queued. And yeah, maybe TaToH will lose access to this wood line and his gold from the galleys that eventually follow. But TaToH's really focused on one thing, and that's going to be winning the land here as the Castle Age upgrade comes in and he starts to build up. So we'll keep an eye out on what LaaaN's able to do from the water. For now, it's not going to be much because he's got into fire galleys, so doesn't really have the range to harass the wood line yet.
Well, I think at this point, TaToH just needs to build his docks safely and then wait for the war galley upgrade, right? Because he doesn't have any fish to lose, so there's no reason for him to throw away his units.
That's very
before
true.
Castle Age, right? He makes a second, maybe a third dock if he wants to contest water, just saves up his fire galleys, gets Castle Age, then gets fire ships, and then go for it.
Yeah, then he'll have the tech advantage, and I think LaaaN's kind of gonna, be very worried when TaToH reaches the Castle Age here.
Yeah.
Because
in 13 minutes.
He's like, yeah, I've won the water. This is great.
I'm off to a good start.
He's Castle Age, and now I'm going to lose on land. Oops. Yeah, I mean, it really depends on what you value and where you think the game is won. And I think it was clear yesterday that the game is won on the mainland. But the dock goes down pretty quick when there's this many fires attacking it. And maybe he'll throw the demo raft into the dock as well. But here come the fire ships from TaToH, or the fire galleys from TaToH. He's trying to get out, and
he threw the demo into the
throw the demo into the dock. I'm surprised. When the fire galleys came out, I was like, nah, he's not going to throw it in. And then he just, okay. But I think the plan here for TaToH is kill the fish.
The single fish that's out there.
He doesn't know that. There could be like 5 fish over here for all TaToH knows.
Could be.
He wants to go and kill them and scout them. But for now on the land, it's interesting. I'm surprised because where's TaToH's aggression?
Or booming. Like, he's not making TCs to boom. He's not making stables for knights.
Yeah.
He's getting war galley. Sure, he's still only got the 1 dock though, I think.
Yeah, only 1 dock. Oh, no.
Okay,
he's gone for 2 more. Okay, he's gone for 2 more. But what I expected to see here, really, was a barracks and a stable.
Yeah.
Sure. And maybe a siege workshop and some monks or something to push this wall. It's only a couple of houses and palisades, and once he's in, he's in.
Or in this demo.
Let's see if we can get anything there. Well,
it doesn't need to do anything, right? It just forces LaaaN to run away.
Yeah, I was
and
gonna
that
say
gives
they're really
TaToH more
split.
time to keep massing army and then push in.
Yeah, no, I think right now, LaaaN has got the larger army, and the Castle Age is on the way. Oh, okay, that was all right. I get actually no, that wasn't.
Not very good.
Great. If you took out the demo, it would have been better, but the demo didn't quite die. And see if TaToH can equalize this military count now with these superior fire ships. He may very well.
Might be able to.
He's very outnumbered. You've got to be careful.
Oh, there's more coming in.
There's more coming in. Yeah, you're right.
No, he's deciding to
Still
go
has
back.
to be careful. Oh, scout attacking the house. Still nothing on the land, but he has got a second TC going up there, or I should say a third TC. Yeah, that's a third TC.
Okay, so LaaaN's getting Castle Age. He's getting War Galley. Is he doing anything else on his mainland? Is he making TTs potentially?
One
okay,
TC.
one TC.
And that's it.
I don't expect to see TTs on the island. But that
No.
seems like a bit of a waste because you're eventually going to run out of resources. Oh, don't say that.
2 demos for 1 galley, imagine that. But, well, I mean, you say that, but we did see someone building a... Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
That was a very good one.
3 hits for 1 demo. That's a really good trade. But still nothing happening over here. I'm kind of surprised at that. Both players fighting for the water right now. You know, seeing TaToH play like this, I don't want to say it worries me, but I don't know if this kind of playstyle will work out when it comes to the later rounds against other players who have played this map differently. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, 'cause they may have seen how Tim played his games. I don't think so. I think these games were played before the Tim and Fire ones. So maybe this is just how both players expected the map to be played. And then for the next rounds, maybe they'll learn from it.
Maybe they change it up there. But yeah, LaaaN is winning the water conclusively now.
Yeah.
With 16 military here versus the 3 of TaToH. And TaToH's kind of lost his element of surprise or his speed advantage on the land.
Right. And he isn't even ahead in economy, even though he's at the Castle Age so much faster. Right. Normally you would expect faster TCs, you'd get, 5 or 10 villager lead. He's like 2 or 3 villas ahead at this point.
Yeah, which is
Not very
surprising. He must have had some idle time on the TC. But what I expect now is a castle drop, and I'm expecting that on this land area here. He's going to go right in the face of LaaaN.
Okay, here's the land aggression we're
answers to
expecting.
that. Well, I think it's logical, right? I mean, you lose the water, you're just like, okay, well, in a normal game, let's say it's Baltic, if you lose the water, the next thing you're thinking about is either A, retaking the water somehow, or B, going for a landing.
Yeah.
And that's kind of automatically the default option here because you already have a shared land with your enemy. So the landing is the next thing to focus on. Demo's coming out though. Not too bad,
There's quite a few fires,
but it's not enough to change the tide of the battle here.
And the war galleys are really the dangerous units at this point because they can harass the wood lines and the gold mines.
Look how bad towers are versus fires. If that was a war galley, it would have been dead by now. Anyway,
so
castle here.
armor.
LaaaN doesn't see it, but he will soon.
Once it's up and the houses start dying.
Any second now. There it is. But yeah, guard tower, I don't know, I feel like, is the water that important? I guess if you can put guard towers around his base, he can at least keep his eco safe.
Yeah, I think that's just the plan. Continue to boom.
And then focus on this, which is going to be the next thing. Chuko knew out. LaaaN though, I think, did he buy some stone there? Yeah, he must have. He bought some stone because he didn't have enough stone for the castle, but then realized, oh, I probably need a castle here.
That might be useful.
Might be a good idea. It's not the best place for it, but it's a bit of a panic castle, so that's to be expected.
I would have preferred on the hill between the gold and the stone, or that front one.
I think just here would be nice, or but I think any further forward would be hard.
Yeah, I think
it might be in range.
Wants to be safe and make sure it's not possibly denied. Doesn't want to lose the game essentially because of one failed castle.
True that. I'm wondering why there's no cavalry support either here. We do have a university down for TaToH, but no siege, no cavalry, just a lot of guard towers at home right now, and his TC dying slowly. Expected when you lose the water, I suppose.
TaToH has now got a 7 bill lead. Has he dropped another TC somewhere?
Yeah. He's got 3 TCs on the mainland. and then a 4th TC here, which is about to die. LaaaN, however, also has 3 TCs on the mainland, and his extra TC here isn't dead yet.
So he should be able to come back at some point.
Yeah, we expect LaaaN to catch up in villages quite quickly here, especially if LaaaN starts to kill villagers over here. I don't know if he feels any suicidal tendencies to
I hope not.
dive under these towers.
That would be a big waste of boats.
I hope not either, but for now, he could come and support his army. Oh, he already is. I was going to say, he could try and support things here. Obviously limited, but could be useful.
And TaToH's just poured his way up.
Wow.
And so is
Look
LaaaN
at
at
that.
basically the exact same time, but a 10 villager lead for TaToH.
10 seconds between them, though. Yeah, but you say that like a 10 villager lead. If it was a 10 villager lead between 30 and 40 villagers, that's huge. But a 10 villager lead between 110 and 120 is not as significant.
It's still like 9%. That's not nothing.
No, it's not nothing, but it's. I don't think it's as significant. Especially, sort of like in the Imperial Age, he's gonna keep adding vills anyway, and at some point you're gonna hit that sort of 130, 140 mark, and definitely want to stop making villagers then anyway. So at the moment, TaToH doubling down with a castle here. I'm not sure I like that, to be honest. I don't like the second castle immediately behind the first one.
I think he's mostly thinking, I need trebs quickly on the front. Right, if he makes it in a safer place closer to home, he's going to be half a treb behind always because it takes so long to move to the front.
True.
And then that both, however many castles that LaaaN has, are going to be near the front of his base to defend it. So he'll win treb wars if you get up at the same time.
And the third one right here as well.
Okay.
No, this is just reminding me of something FiH said a few years ago when FiH was really active. He was saying that he really dislikes castles like this because as soon as you lose the treb war, you don't lose one castle, you lose all 3. So it's kind of risky for TaToH, but it's very, very fortified, put it that way. Both players, though, about to hit him within seconds of each other. Both players will have 3 castles up, I assume, in just a few seconds once this one from LaaaN comes up here. And TaToH tried a little ram push, but immediately got shut down by the Jukonyo of LaaaN. I've got to say, LaaaN is doing a really good job this game. He's holding his own and looking very good.
For a little bit? Okay, no, he's just
going
back home.
He backed up. He doesn't want to go around the backside, as we know.
Oh, but TaToH is actually getting Galleon, so he actually wants to go on land and water at the same time, it seems.
Yeah, that kind of worries me, because I think that could end up costing him on land. We got masonry coming in for LaaaN, architecture meanwhile for TaToH, so he's a little bit ahead there on the building upgrades. But I don't know, I think if TaToH is investing into galleons and doing water at the same time...
don't lose all the war galleys before Galleon. No.
This is bad for TaToH.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a throw there, I think.
A waste of resources, but the 3 trebs are out. They're all in the same place, and they're immediately hammering on that castle there. There's 3 trebs for LaaaN as well, but LaaaN has to fight uphill against this castle, so maybe bringing his trebs to this hill here would have been better for him, because he's not getting the he's getting attack decrease at the moment, whereas TaToH at the moment is taking that castle from LaaaN down a little bit faster. Also,
LaaaN doesn't have architecture yet, so that castle might die really before it gets it.
Actually, yeah, that's a good point. Architecture making quite the difference here. As LaaaN keeps his castle alive, but it's gone. It's gone.
There it goes.
However,
there's
6
still
trebs
a lot of trebs
versus 6. Wow. Okay. Looks like the castles will trade off here, as TaToH is not repairing nearly enough. Down it goes. LaaaN now should be able to push forward and go for the next castle, whereas TaToH has to push in a little bit too far.
Yeah, out of range of the castles. The Jukonyo's could come in and try to snipe the trebs. But on the water, it looks like TaToH's coming forwards. There's also the defensive towers.
Guard tower coming in for LaaaN. He's learnt a trick or 2 from TaToH over here. And LaaaN, I think he's got a few more Jukonyo.
It looks like it.
Yeah. Does look that way, but still, he can't really get in here. But look at this. TaToH might just lose another castle now. So many trebs. This is Age of Empires right here.
Yeah. Just slingshot treb tennis. That's what we've got here.
Although TaToH's winning the treb war at the moment. He's took down 2 and he's not lost. He's only lost the first one by the looks of it.
No, but how many trebs does he have left? He's only got 3 left.
4. 5. He's got 5. I think.
Oh, I can't see.
Yeah, he's got 5. They're just blending.
Right, can't see him behind the castle.
No.
One more down though.
But I still like LaaaAN's position here, to be honest. I still like it. That's another dead treb. I love how they bug out like that. I wonder when that's going to get fixed. Anyway, water for TaToH isn't really achieving too much. And we got rocketry coming in for LaaaN as he switches gears and really starts to focus now on the land. On the land.
No, I thought we were done with the bad puns yesterday.
Never.
We talked about this. We said, okay, we're done.
We talked about this over dinner.
Yeah, we're like, we've had enough.
Look at this castle. It's getting absolutely wrecked. So many trebs. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Okay, I'm just wondering, who's gonna make like a sneaky onager come around the side and just pick up the trebs?
TaToH's pushing in. LaaaN has got rocketry.
But TaToH's got the skirms in front though.
Yeah, and he's got the better upgrades on defense. So upgrade-wise, they're actually reasonably close. But Elite Chukonu coming in for LaaaN. Great Wall coming in as well.
To buff up the castle, just a little bit more HP.
And Chemistry coming in for LaaaN as well.
TaToH is so far behind in the treb numbers now.
Oh no! He's throwing away his navy as well. Look at this.
Oh no.
LaaaN is on fire at the moment. I think he's in a good position.
Oh, there's the onager that I wanted. Oh, I guess Mangonel.
Cannon Galleon coming in for TaToH. Careening coming in for TaToH. More upgrades on the water. And now LaaaN can win this.
Those trebs are dying to Chukonus though.
Yeah, but I think LaaaN can win that fight against the Chukonu here.
Please just kill that one treb and then go back. Okay, thank you.
Oh, man.
They've both got a little sort of hill to sit on.
These trebs are getting wrecked.
And LaaaN's just giving up on his trebs, it looks like. He sent back his Chukonu. He doesn't want to fight it. TaToH's replacing his castles. He's got a second one in the back now.
Yeah, he's got 2, but LaaaN has 3. And this castle really coming into heavy fire. It looks like LaaaN's focused on the castles rather than the trebs, which is okay. But at the same time, he's losing all of his trebs, and now TaToH has another, well, I don't know, 7 trebs. Yeah. Oh, Chukonu from LaaaN doing work though. Thumbring about to complete, so he has got massive upgrade advantage over TaToH at the moment. And building the guard towers as well to prevent TaToH from pushing in too far with those Chukonu. I like it a lot. LaaaN, however, is going to struggle against this many trebs now. This is tough.
And water-wise, they both seem to just be sort of stalemated. No one's pushing either way. They're both just sitting at home, it looks like, from the minimap. Still no galleon upgrade for LaaaN.
No, like, because he's focused so much on
Can he not afford it?
Yeah, but he's focused on the Chukonu upgrades, hasn't he?
Yeah,
Look
but
at the resources of TaToH, actually. That's interesting. 3,000 wood, 2,000 gold, and LaaaN's really at the limit.
Can't afford galleon.
Yeah. But this is starting to go better for LaaaN, I feel, here. As those Chukonu just keep coming in and... Oh, so much of a mess on this land. I'm really enjoying this fight. This is great.
TaToH seems to be playing with full skirms mostly at this point, and then also taking in the Cavalier and getting shipwright. So even though we said, we hyped it up at the start of the game, that land is the most important thing, TaToH says, nope, I'm getting Counting Alien, I'm getting shipwright, I'm going full on.
Yeah, but I think this is going to cost TaToH because he's going to lose the land. I think he's losing the land. Where's his presence on the water? He's done so many water upgrades. Where is his water presence? He's got 1 cannon galleon, a few galleons.
And that's about it.
And he's really not got presence here, even though LaaaN doesn't even have the galleon upgrade yet. Now TaToH's upgrading Elite Chukonu, but he's only got 1 castle.
Which is going to die.
Well, he's going to get the upgrade at least.
Yeah, well, yeah, get the upgrade for the maybe 15 Chukonus he has left.
So I'd like to reiterate about building all your castles in the same place.
It's quite risky, yeah.
It is quite risky, and at the moment, that risk is not paid for TaToH because I think this castle's gone. There's no repairs. It's done. It's done. And you do not want to be at 0 castles in the Chinese war, I think. You definitely want Chukonu production.
Well, yeah, Chukonu are clearly the strongest unit that a Chinese player can make, right?
Yeah.
Like, it counters rams, it counters basically all archer units, all infantry units, all cavalry units. Like, their only worry is onagers.
Yeah, and that is something now that TaToH is doing. Onager is coming in. Bombard Tower as well.
Does TaToH really have the stone for Bombard Towers?
I don't know, because he's built a lot of towers, right? But there is quite a bit of stone here.
Okay, so we should be able to make 10 or so bombard towers,
Keep
maybe.
in mind, it can be a bit misleading because you've got double the resources on the map.
That is a good point.
It's like, oh, he's built so many castles, surely he's got no stone left, but you've got double the resources as well. LaaaN is looking good. LaaaN is looking really good. I don't think LaaaN will care if he loses the water now, because he's nearly mined out all the gold on his island.
Does he have any stone left on the island as well?
LaaaN has no stone on this island, but he's still got 1,300 stone
in the bank as well.
In the bank. And
he should go for bombard towers too.
He could. Great.
It makes more sense for him because he's pushing with guard towers anyway. He may as well make bombard towers at the same time, right?
Yeah, that's true. And LaaaN, this is really good. Cavalier now coming in for him.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's perfect.
They're both got the same plan in mind, basically.
No, but I think this is better for LaaaN because LaaaN has castles. So LaaaN's making Chuko Nu Cavalier, and TaToH's doing Skirm
and
Cavalier and maybe some onagers.
And
that favors LaaaN.
That's true.
Because his
Until
Cavalier
he runs out of
will do
gold.
so much more. Although TaToH is now doing rocketry from his new castle. So really, the difference here between the two players is just when they did their upgrades. LaaaN focused on his land upgrades first, focused really heavily into upgrading these Chuko Nu and pushing TaToH back here. And TaToH focused on doing the water upgrades first. Now LaaaN's finishing Galleon, but at this point, like I said before, as soon as he's mined out this gold, yeah, it's going to suck to lose these villagers, but this island doesn't really provide anything else at this point in the game.
That's true. Maybe just make a transport ship or two, try to ferry some of them back to the mainland so we don't have to replace them, and then
maybe we'll see that. But there's not really much wood left. He could farm, but at the moment, this push is going to be big. Onagers could be big. Chuko, no, they've got to stay too far back. They can't come too far forward, otherwise the Cavalier will pick them off.
Oh, and he just killed a bunch of his own skirmishers with the onagers there.
He's not really picking off the onagers with the Cavalier. However, those Cavalier have done some serious damage. And
one more shot.
That was a good shot, actually.
Oh, and another one.
Nice split, though, and dead.
Okay.
Do you think that went in favor of LaaaN or TaToH there? I think LaaaN, right? He killed a few trebs.
They got 2 or 3 trebs, 2 onagers, a lot of skirms. Just one question: how much of LaaaN's economy is reachable from the water? We just go across the scoreline. Yes, there's not much there. So having water control for TaToH doesn't actually affect LaaaN too much.
Cannon Galleon might kill this castle if he gets the... Actually,
yeah,
no,
he'll probably get that one castle.
Yeah, maybe.
Most of his economy is fine, I think.
Yeah, I don't think LaaaN's too worried. There's 300 gold left here. Looking at what's in the bank, he's already got 4,000 saved. TaToH has 1,800 saved. We could be in for quite a long game, though, because both players do have so many resources stored.
Right.
And they're both pretty close to 200 pop as well. So they are going to be replenishing what they lose pretty quickly in this one.
And Chinese are definitely a bit of a slow push civilization, right? Like Rams versus Chuko Nus doesn't really do anything at all.
No.
Unless you have, 40 Rams or something crazy like that. That isn't realistic.
So 40 Rams, yeah. The new meta.
So it's very much a, I take 10 tiles, you take 5. I take 10, you take 5. Like, I keep pushing back and forth over this one killish area.
The onagers, that's nice. That's nice. One more. That's going to flatten a lot of trebs right there. And a lot of Chuko Nu as well. Oh, goodness me.
Where's that one more onager shot?
One more onager shot right here would be huge. Can he get it? Can he get it? Can he get it?
The pathing,
Can he get it? Not today.
The one on the left.
One on the left. Oh, and he gets it.
Oh, boy.
Oh, my goodness. All those trebs, man. All those trebs. Only one survives.
But look at how much pop TaToH lost doing that. He's down to 150 pop.
He did lose all of that forward army.
So many skirmishers and Chuko Nus died on that hill to get those trebs.
I do wonder how effective these guard towers were in that fight as well.
I've got no idea, honestly.
I think overall that was probably more expensive for LaaaN because of the trebs.
Yeah.
But TaToH did take the bigger hit to population.
Big hit. But he's getting back up there already, right?
Yeah, he'll replenish that quite quickly. Rams coming in for both now as well. I'm really hyped, actually, to see LaaaN holding his own here. And you know what? He's winning the water as well. Where's TaToH going? Oh, there's gold
landing
here.
for the gold. Make a bombard tower or something? Some towers to defend that island and then take the gold.
Yeah, there it is.
One single bombard tower.
I don't know if that's going to be enough. 2 bombard towers. But TaToH doesn't really have much left here either. He's got a relic in that monastery. He's got a little bit of gold left. I'm assuming, 1 relic. And for now, we've got this kind of stalemate in a sense right here. TaToH looks like he's coming forward for his next round, though, next push, sending the Cavalier in. He's going to try and get the Trebs at the left side. He's trying to take this hill here as well, but no onagers this time.
It's just so nasty pushing against all these towers. Like, the Trebs are trying to pick off the towers, but until they're down, they do so much free damage. The castles in the back and the towers. It looks like LaaaAN's running out of army.
Yeah, that was pretty good for TaToH, actually. That was pretty good.
I think LaaaAN's only got those 20-ish Chukonus hidden behind the towers, and that's about it on the land.
Pretty much.
Everything else is boats, it looks like.
Yeah, and he's made that transition now back onto the water. I think that's maybe a little bit questionable. He could still kill these villagers on the gold and secure that for himself, but TaToH's made a really good push here on the land. It's still going to be a slow push because, like we said before, the guard towers just slowing them down, and obviously he's researched Great Wall and masonry and architecture, so it takes a while to take these buildings out, but once he sort of does that, he can start to push a bit heavier, I think, since he can definitely outnumber LaaaAN on the land.
A little nasty for TaToH. He's going to take 10, maybe 15 villager losses here, loses access to some farms and woodlines.
That's pretty nice, but I still think this is the bigger problem, or the bigger thing to focus on.
Definitely.
LaaaAN, though, keep building behind this. He's still got 600 stone left, but look at his gold. It's gone.
Weren't we just saying like 5 minutes ago he has like
4k gold?
4k gold?
Yep. It's gone.
It's all gone. Has he got like tons of buildings queued up?
He probably has stuff queued. Oh, Trebs? Lots of Trebs.
Okay, lots of Trebs.
That's a good way to spend your gold.
1,000 gold.
And, well, I'm not seeing much else at the moment. But yeah, big push once again for TaToH. Cavalier doing a good job of getting in there and disrupting things, but do eventually die quite quickly. And LaaaAN now switching into light cavalry to pad the numbers a little bit as that gold starts to get quite low. Still though, TaToH taking big losses here. LaaaAN considerably more kills to deaths, and every time TaToH runs in, he's exactly. He's losing quite a lot every time he goes forward. He's losing more and more, and I don't know how long he can keep that up for because he's going to run out of gold eventually too.
But it looks like TaToH's trying to grab the 5th relic just north of the spike to the left a bit. A little bit more to the left.
Oh, here.
Yep, sneaking in there, trying to grab that relic out of LaaaAN's base. Maybe grab it and run before the tower comes up.
Yep, he got it. That will make it 4 relics to 1.
That's pretty big.
Which is really good. But oh, look at this. The Rams coming in. There's not many Chuko
There's like 4 or 5 Chukes.
That's not good for TaToH. He's going to lose the Treb. And
all of that army as well on that hill.
Suddenly, the quick turnaround for LaaaAN. That's all it takes, right? An overextension from TaToH. He lost just a little bit too much army underneath these towers, and then immediately LaaaAN's going to push it back. Actually, I don't understand why he's not pushing out right now.
He's waiting for the Trebs to come forward.
Yeah, I guess he wants to kill the Bombard Tower. But that's why it's such a slow push.
Right, yeah.
Like, LaaaAN suddenly has this huge military advantage, but he can't just push. He has to wait for the Trebs, kill the Bombard Towers, then
kill the siege workshops too. He's still fighting on water. He's got that other tower up. He's getting that little bit of extra gold there. What about the other islands? Is there any resources on those?
That one's dead.
Just a little bit of wood.
And that one's got stone. It's always the
same.
Could
be useful.
Yeah. Could be, but definitely could be useful in this game where you're building a lot of towers and stuff. But still, the onagers from TaToH have the potential to do a lot of damage. But that was a great engagement for LaaaAN just a moment ago, and he's not really been able to convert that into much gained ground. Oh, big onager shot on the hill. If that had been a downhill shot, I would have expected a lot more to die.
All the Chugonos would have died, basically.
Pretty much. And now, looks like TaToH's trying to think about raiding on the left side. It looks like LaaaAN is very well aware, though.
There's still the towers and the castles you have to go past to get into the economy. There's still the TCs to protect the vills later. And like the land is pretty much split roughly 50-50 down the middle.
Oh yeah.
So it's not like one player has significantly more wood or anything like that. That's probably not going to be a consideration for a long time.
You know, actually, the whole game is quite even right now.
Yeah.
Both players are very low on gold. Both players have reasonable amounts of food and wood. But it looks like LaaaAN, once again, is going to make another push now.
And he's taking back the score lead.
Yeah, and he's got more Trebs as well, which is really important right here. Oh, I'm not sure what was going on with the Trebs then. It looked like he was packing them up, then he unpacked them, and then he repacked them. I think he realized this Treb was in range. Got to be careful for the light cav.
I don't think it's that dangerous. Oh, well. I assumed that the light cav would fight them, but never mind.
I assumed as well, but don't assume, because it makes an ass out of you and me.
Okay.
This trap dies as well, though, and looks like TaToH really wants to get the raiding going, but LaaaN deathballing his army together in the middle of the map, and at the moment, it's still a bit of a stalemate.
Yeah. But it looks like TaToH might be winning water at this point. Oh.
That's pretty good for Tati. Guard tower coming up, going to be abandoned, and LaaaN here. Does he have plenty of wood? Not really.
Ooh, okay, so wood
That's quite big.
Might become a problem. What about for TaToH's base? Does he have much wood in his base?
Yeah, I want to look at that as well. Obviously, the wood in the middle is available, but at the back, it's mostly gone.
Okay.
A few patches here or there, but that definitely favors TaToH now, as LaaaN might struggle for wood for a little while. All the wood on this island is gone, with the exception of this corner.
Which you can't get to anyway because of the galleons.
Yep. So LaaaN's got to be thinking about making that finishing blow pretty soon. And TaToH actually opening up the middle of the map a little bit with the onagers there, cutting through.
That's pretty sneaky, actually. Because, like, probably LaaaN was preparing to keep defending the hill where the trebuchets are. But this gives TaToH the chance to go through the other side if he needs to.
And maybe come around. And, well, LaaaN's army maybe a little out of position here as he takes out 2 trebs, 3 trebs. Oh, wow. I thought he'd get that third one, but the villagers come in to repair. And LaaaN needs to get those rams in front, really. This is going to be hard, though, because there's so many Chukonu from TaToH. Neither player can push into each other very easily at all.
I feel like LaaaN really needs to be adding
That's
in
a dead
skirmishes at this point.
Yeah, but then, yeah, you're probably right, but...
Like, you just mix in all the trash units, and then you try to protect your Chukonus at all costs, basically.
He's still struggling for wood. He's got some in the bank right now, but look at his villagers. They're chopping wood in a war zone. You don't do that.
Well, hopefully not, unless you want to die.
Yeah, right. I mean, this is not good for LaaaN, but still, he's holding his hill, and he's trying to do his best. More onagers here from TaToH, able to always disrupt the fight, get a big hit, and swing the momentum. But man, even if TaToH kills a lot of this army, he's still got to push through the castles and the towers before.
I don't think he needs to do that though, right? He just needs to deny the wood lines to LaaaN, and eventually he's going to run out of wood.
True.
I'm not sure if TaToH knows that or not, but you could probably guess that by the number of villagers he can see on the front lines, right?
Right. I mean, if TaToH was chopping this wood line here, then he's probably going to be pretty low on wood. So same could be said for LaaaN chopping his forward wood lines as well. That's a lot of light cav. Unfortunately, light cav aren't always the most effective units in at this moment, but he can get in there. The Rams are too far back though. Again.
And the Chukonus aren't really doing very much either, but there's just so many light cav continuing to push in.
Yeah, but the Chukonu at the back from TaToH will clean them up, I think, because they get a little bit stuck in that choke point. And still, that's actually pretty good for LaaaN right there. It's pretty good, but in the end, it's not going to be enough, because look at that military population now. 48 versus 80. It's nearly a 2-to-1 advantage for Tati.
Onagers hitting the Chukonus as well. Like, LaaaN's nearly down to 100 pop. He doesn't have a lot of food in the bank. I think he saved up a ton of light cav for that. One big push, and now he's struggling to get back up to those numbers that he needs.
Boy. That was really a war. It's been a war of attrition here. This fight has raged on for the better part of the game, and neither player has made significant gains in either direction, but it's going to come down to the fact that right now LaaaN's resources are getting low, and TaToH is about to make a very big push up this hill, I presume, with his larger army.
Also, we always have to remember, TaToH has 4 relics to LaaaN's single relic.
Oh, TaToH's going to go round. I like that.
But while he does that, LaaaN could potentially try to push into the Chukonus. Maybe?
Yeah, he could. But I don't think he wants to push out after losing so much.
Well, he knows
he's trying to regroup.
The light cav are coming, right?
Well, he should do.
He should.
He should see them. And TaToH's not going to find much, but he will eventually spread out into LaaaN's economy, and there's a lot of farmers in the north
that are very exposed.
Even though there's none in the east here. But LaaaN now doing the same thing. The quick walls. Really quick walls from TaToH.
Look at where they're positioned.
That's perfect. That is
locking
perfect.
Them off. He's going to lose a lot of the Chukonus, but he's going to defend his economy. He's sort of baiting the light cabs back towards his army, towards the towers and the castles.
Honestly, that was such a good play from TaToH. To see that and react to that quickly enough.
Yeah, while still doing the raiding on his own at the other base.
Yeah, really
at the
nice.
same time.
LaaaN has some Chukonu back here as well. TaToH probably needs to try and move these guys up here to the north, but...
And non-pack farms.
Yeah, but I mean... the farm is now on fire. If that's anything. But yeah, TaToH looking good at the moment, and LaaaN... I feel kind of
Very
bad
low
for
on
him
resources.
because he's played so well this game, but in the end, it's going to be tough because TaToH's just got that little edge right now, thanks to those 4 relics, and playing this out long term is going to be difficult.
The main problem for TaToH here is it just takes him so long to push through these towers. He can't afford to make 6 trebs like we saw in the early game. Right?
No.
So it's
Even
very
with the
much
4 relics, you can't afford
right.
to do
Yeah.
that.
So it's a single treb slowly taking down these towers, which is going to take a long time.
3,500 health, additional building armor. Takes a while. Look at that, just chunking it down a little bit at a time. LaaaN's like, I'm going to repair that.
No worries.
No problem. 1 villager, get the repairs in. And, well, TaToH once again running in with the light cab, but this time they're going to get chewed up pretty quickly. Thought maybe he would try and snipe the Vill,
I
but...
thought he was trying to go for the treads, honestly, but LaaaN got his light cabs in the way, blocked that push coming in.
That was pretty good. And LaaaN actually has a solid number of light cab once again. This time, again, going for a run past.
Oh, on a just shot on the light
Trying...
cabs. Oh, he tried to attack around.
It was a good try. I thought LaaaN might try and do a run past into the economy. This time he's got a decent surround onto the Elite Chukonu, but once again doesn't take out any trebs as TaToH cleans it up, and the trebs still continue that slow siege against those bombard towers.
Yeah. And like the military count and the villager count is so significant at this point. It's plus 30-ish bills, plus 40 military. Like, LaaaN's hovering at 100 population, which is obviously a bad sign.
Yeah.
I think if he gets below 100 pop and he can't get back above it easily, I think he's just going to call it.
Maybe. It's getting harder and harder now as the game goes on. His resources are at the limit. He's 600 wood in the bank, very little food, practically no gold. That gold that's coming in is from that single relic that's just trickling in slowly.
And he's using the gold up to repair that bomber tower, remember?
He is, yeah. Well, he was.
Or the treb now.
He's doing the treb. Actually, I don't know if bombard towers are actually costing gold to repair.
I would think so, because you need the gold to build them.
Yeah, but it's like a TC, right? It doesn't cost you stone to repair it. I'm not sure. Oh, again! TaToH with the gates! Gate! Give us a gate! Give us a G! Give us an A!
He's trying.
Well, a house and a siege workshop
Kinda
does the
got
job
there.
as well. I mean, that's so good from him to just have that reaction speed at this stage. It's like, he's paying attention 110%.
I think LaaaN has realized that big chunk of Chukonus is what's stopping him from being elite.
Oh, and as he pushes out, he leaves his trebs a little bit open.
Oh, no.
The trebs don't die, though, because there's just too many arrows here.
Yeah, but the problem, though, is simply just the massive Chukonus, right? Anytime he pushes into those light cabs, he trades 10 light cabs for 2 Chukonus or something crazy, which is just not efficient at all. And that gives TaToH that death ball, basically.
Well, TaToH's still adding Chukonu. He's still queuing them up.
Right.
And so his Chukonu numbers, I mean, remember earlier in the game, he was making a lot of skirms. How many skirms does he have now? None. It's all Chukonu and light cavalry, which once again are going to run through on this right-hand side. And I think LaaaN will call it very soon because he cannot keep this up.
No, he can't.
He can stall.
TaToH's got 100 military, for God's sake. There's no way he can keep up with this.
LaaaN can stall, but he can't. I don't think he can win.
No.
Oh, these are no attack stats?
Stand ground, maybe?
Stand ground, maybe? I don't know. They're not attacking for some reason. But there he goes, and that now brings all of LaaaN's light cavalry back and gives TaToH's trebs the opportunity to now push forward a little bit further and get a little bit more ground.
Is LaaaN actually chopping wood anywhere?
LaaaN? No. 19 wood.
You
25
got
wood.
6 wood from somewhere. Whew.
Alright, let's see. He's got 9 lumberjacks, 10 lumberjacks, all here,
There. Okay. Wow.
and 56 farmers. It's all light cav for LaaaN now. That's all he's got. And the occasional Chukonu from the castle. But here we go. He's pushing forward once again after cleaning up those light cav at the back. Of course, keep in mind, upgrades at this stage of the game completely neck and neck. And LaaaN going to make the push. If he can make this work, then he could start to push back. But realistically, is it going to work?
No. The TaToH are just too good against mass units like this.
Yeah.
Like when they're clumped up like that, you can only kill 1 or 2 of them at a time.
It's over.
You're taking 100 arrows every second.
Yeah, I mean, he's under 100 pop now. TaToH at 194.
It's 100 military to 25.
Yeah, TaToH will just push this. And, well, the light cab's still raiding. GG, well played. LaaaN, gotta say, put up a really good fight in that game. At one point, it looked like he might be able to do it. When he cleaned up those forward castles from TaToH, and when he started to push back, there was an opportunity for LaaaN to maybe take the game. But TaToH, in the end, held strong, and due to that slow pushing nature of the Chinese, TaToH had enough time to rebuild and reclaim control of the middle of the map. And I think as well, something that paid off for TaToH in the end was having those additional galleons. He was still mining a little bit of gold over here. He had 5 gold left at the end, which, again, would have helped significantly. Obviously, 3 gold mines here with 800 gold each, which was an advantage over LaaaN. But just having those galleons, enabling him to raid the wood line here, push the villagers off the farms, prevent LaaaN from really locking down the right side of his base and allowing TaToH to run in and cause a distraction with the light cavalry. There were so many things that game happening all over the map, but TaToH wins out in the end with a 2-0 victory, which sends him into the quarterfinals next Saturday. So well played to him. TaToH wins the match, and we'll take a quick look at the post-game stats. We've got TaToH with the most units killed and the most units lost. That's interesting. He must have killed some of his own units, I guess, with a onager or something. That's the only explanation. But nearly only 2 difference, which is quite incredible, really. Most units killed for TaToH, just sort of a signal there that those trebuchets were doing damage, but LaaaN was stalling him a lot with those buildings as well. Economy-wise, the gold is the big one. That's an extra 8,000 gold for the blue player TaToH. Of course, gaining quite a lot of additional gold from the 3 gold tiles on the water, and then the extra relics which he had, giving him an extra 2,500 gold as well. Fascinating, really, that both players had 144 villager high, and all in all, a really good game from LaaaN, proving that he can hold his own against some of the very best. But unfortunately for LaaaN, wasn't able to do just that little bit extra to put him into the quarterfinals. Taking a look at the brackets then, we can see that TaToH has progressed into the quarters, and he'll be facing the winner of our next series, which is Goku versus Vivi, aka Really Diao, representing BZK and Frantic.